Hi there, it's Pastor Trevor here, joining you from my office here at Newport First Church of God. Want to welcome you into our Bible study today. Through the Christmas season, we're going to have a little fun with it. I'm basing a lot of my Bible studies off of maybe Christmas classics that you remember watching on TV when you were a kid. Maybe you're watching them like I am with my kids right now. I promise this is going to be scripturally based as well, but I thought about talking about how these might relate to Christmas classics that you're currently watching with your kids, and then you can have a great discussion with your kids about it. Recently I rewatched that holiday Christmas classic, Rudolph the Rednosed Reindeer, the stop motion one that we all remember from when we were kids. And I gotta tell you, it's a different experience watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer as an adult with your kids. Because you're picking up on things maybe that you didn't pick up on when you were a kid. Like the way that Santa treats Rudolph before the great big storm. The way Rudolph is treated by the other reindeer, including his parents, before the storm as well. And we all know that when the storm comes, Rudolph's nose is awesome and he gets to lead the sleigh and everybody accepts him. But before that, he is different. He is markedly different from the rest of them. And because of his differences, he's excluded. The other reindeer, including his father, tries to make him wear a false nose, if you remember that part. And if you remember the part that Santa is disappointed in his father for how different Rudolph is. And I had a hard time watching this with my kids. I thought to myself, I don't really like the way they're treating Rudolph. And then when I watched the way the head elf treats Hermie, if you remember, Hermie is the little elf that wants to, if you haven't watched this, please pause this and go watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You'll thank me that you did. It's a classic. But Hermie is the little elf there in the North Pole that wants to be a dentist instead of an elf. He doesn't really want to work on toys. He wants to be a dentist. And the head elf tells him that he'll never fit in. Now, how does all of this relate to Christianity? How does this all relate to our faith in the scriptures? Well, when I was watching this, it reminded me of when churches that I had visited when I was a kid. Churches that I had visited before I was a pastor, long before I was a pastor. I can remember, believe it or not, I can remember back to when I was a teenager or when I was coming home from college and visiting. I actually got invited to visit a youth group when I came home from college. And this might be hard for you to believe, but way back when I actually had hair, and during my college days, I grew it out long. I had long hair, and I had an earring, and when I went in to visit this youth group, I thought that I had made myself look as presentable as I could. I had my hair pulled back, I had it tucked in so I wouldn't offend anybody. I put on clean clothes, but as soon as I walked in, people started making comments about my hair and my earring. They mocked me pretty openly. They asked me if I was a vacationing pirate because of my long hair and earring. And it made me feel really uncomfortable. Matter of fact, I didn't visit that youth group again. The answer that I heard, the question wasn't being asked that I was asking is, am I welcome here the way I am? And the answer was, no, you're not. You're not welcome the way you are. You're going to have to change before you can fit in here. It was not the manger scene where the shepherds are welcomed in. I love in the manger scene that the shepherds are a part of that, because you might not realize that shepherds were excluded from religious society back in ancient Israel. They were not considered clean enough for it. And I love the words of Jesus Christ. And now we're going to dive into the scripture. Luke chapter 14, verse 13. But when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind, and you'll be blessed. Although they cannot repay you, you'll be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous. What Jesus is telling us here is invite those that are different from you to your table. Now that might be a proverbial table this year. Maybe you need to reach out to somebody that you haven't reached out to before. Maybe you need to talk and engage with somebody when you're out doing your Christmas shopping or when you're out getting your groceries. Include them. Make them feel a part of things. Now, watching Rudolph, I loved Hermie. Hermie who embraced Rudolph. Two misfits fitting in together. I loved Yukon Cornelius, the man that protected them. And I loved King Moonracer, who sought to include all of the misfit toys. Sought to include all of the misfit toys. You know, what I love about my current congregation, what I love about Newport First Church of God, is we're a place where we welcome you no matter who you are, no matter where you come from. You don't have to worry about if your clothes are good enough. You don't have to worry about who you are or what you've done. You're welcome. Come on in. We want to invite you. We want to include you. And this is a part of Christmas, believe it or not. Jesus Christ came and was with us. God came and was with us in flesh. God put on humanity and walked amongst us, welcoming us in while he did it. Now, as you think about these holiday classics, and as you think about this one in Rudolph, where Rudolph wasn't really welcomed until he could do something for them, remember that we as Christians are to welcome those that really can't do much back for us. We're to be kind. We're to be accepting. Put that in practice. Know that you are loved. Know that we're praying for you. God bless you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.